Yeah, yeah. I'll scoot further down just to get a better view. Yeah. Stay right there. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, either way. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I think it's working because I see 11 people on. But
do you?
Can you text someone just to see if they can see it? Because I sent a message to the group chat, but it didn't send, or maybe it did now. Oh, it just went through. So. Oh, okay, good. Okay. So
We've got this if we need it.
we'll leave it as is for now. Yeah, they're able to see it. Hello. Yeah, apparently it is. Yeah, so that's good. They said the jerseys are blurry because the netting is here. I wonder if backing away will work. Let's see. It does seem better. All right, let's try this. Hello, everyone. This is Culver's 5th and final game at Stony Creek, playing against the Philly Junior Flyers. Having some Wi-Fi issues here, so this is on cellular, so hopefully we can upload it if needed, and it's also on live bar if it's not coming through. Flyers take it in on the right side. Flyers drive around behind the net, surrounded as her team goes for a line change. She dumps it into Esmond, picks it up. Esmond out to lie along the boards. That gets held in. Flyers come through the slot. Nice poke by Esmond. And puck still stays in the zone, not cleared. Shot, save, in the pads, shot, rebound, covered up by Williams. I'm gonna come closer. Just trying to get further from the rail so that the so that the picture's clearer, but I think it's a better picture outside. All right, Flyers still in the zone. Flyers off to a strong start possession-wise. Puck gets sent to the neutral zone. Frazier pins up a Flyers player against the wall. Puck on the near wall. Comes out to neutral. Flyers come in 1-on-2. Puck goes deep into the zone. I wonder if I might try it there because the rail is kind of tough.
Here we go, Wells.
Let's see.
Go, Wells.
See if I can raise this up. There we go. There we go. Okay. All right. Flyers shot. Rebound. Still loose. Culver gets to the loose puck. Flyers still working in our zone. They bring it around. Shot. Save. Williams. Puck gets kicked in. And the ref calls no goal. Puck was loose on the right side and the Flyers player kicked it in. So still 0-0. Puck comes outside. Puck comes just outside the blue line. Flyers take it. And Culver looks to break out. Held in at the point. Goes back in. Chandler back to retrieve. She swings it around to Wilson. That gets held in again by pinching Flyers deep. Shot. Flyers still with the puck. They center to a pinching D who gets a weak shot in. And finally, Culver breaks it out. Kearney dumps it in deep and goes for a line change. They call an icing. Didn't quite gain the red line.
Come on, Eagles.
Yes. Go ahead. Over. We dump it out of the zone. Doesn't quite reach the line for icing. Fusonian on the forecheck. Helped by Sadiakov, but Flyers get it out. They come in on the right side. They center. No one home. Fischler up to Adigos Alzada. We're still trying to get it. Flyers keep it in. They send it out to the point. That gets thrown in deep. And then Messersmith gets it. She chips it in. And that goes for icing. So tough start. Flyers playing very strong at the start of this fifth and final game. Esmond comes in for the faceoff. Putnam and Lai up front. Oh, Flyers with a chance. Good save by Williams. Rebound went to a Flyers player who couldn't handle get a hold of it. Now they get it again. Another shot. And Culver just looking to clear. And net is off. Face-off win by Culver. Lou around with the puck. She gets it over to Buzinski, and now up to Putnam. Putnam tries to hit Lai on the left wing. That gets intercepted by Philly. Puck tied up along the boards. That gets sent in deep again. Buzinski circles behind the net, looks at her options. She gets it up to Putnam. That goes off the wall and out. Flyers regroup. Flyers come through neutral. They dumped it in and go for a change. Buzinski up to Adigos Alzada. Adigos Alzada tries to put that one in deep. That gets cleared out by Philly. Sadiakov in the corner looking to center. She centers, intercepted by Philly. Culver in the Flyer zone for the first time today. And Flyers clear. Ooh, good breakup. Flyers in. They have a 2-on-1, but that gets broken up. Good support, helping back. Flyers go for the wraparound. That gets sticked aside. Flyers still cycling. Shot. Save Williams. Flyers still with possession. They dump it down low to the right corner. They come out, walk into the slot. Net is off. Flyers player tried to go 5-hole, but Williams sharp early with a lot of saves. Bosser takes the face off to the right of Williams. She gets kicked out of the circle. They like to do that in this tournament. Fischler gets the puck. She sends it back over to Messersmith. Messersmith gloves it. Sends it over. Philly keeps it in, but and still in. Philly circles around the top of the dots. They try and cycle. They send it over to the right point. Right point shot. Williams save. And covers. Esmond wins the face-off back to Fischler. Fischler wings it around the boards to Putnam. Putnam with a little bit of room. She comes in. Shot, rebound. Frisoni almost on it. Flyers gather the puck. Nice rush by Putnam on the right side. Now that gets held in by Esmond. Esmond to Frisoni. Frisoni cycling down to Esmond. Esmond centers, rebound, jamming, still loose. Ref's gonna blow that dead. Sadiakov with the face-off in the Flyers' offensive zone. Sadiakov wins it. Clean win back. Shot by Lou, rebound, nice shot. Still loose. Buzinski tries to hold that in. Lou, she chips that in on the left side. And Flyers look to clear. That comes around the side, but Frazier in to hold it in. Lou chips it over to Frazier. Adigos Alzada looking to keep that in, but Flyers break out. They come in on the right side. Shot, save Williams. Not going to beat her short side there. And Buzinski sends it down for an ice. 7:51 left in this scoreless first period. Flyers put it in deep. They look to cycle. They bring it up to lefty. Lefty shot blocked by Furch. Flyers get it on the right side. They dump it down low. Takes a bad bounce, but still behind the net. Now cycling up to the right circle or the left circle. And that one gets chipped out. Wells. Good intercept, good steal. She looks to center it over. And now the Flyers will get it out through the neutral zone. Picked off by Culver and sent back out to the neutral zone. Kearney with a tough forecheck. Flyers break out to the right side, try and catch Culver on a line change, but Culver recovers. Flyers back up to the lefty, back over to the right. Shot in, save Williams, loose in front. Culver breaks out. Esmond with the puck. She comes through neutral. She's got Lai in the slot. Esmond shoots. Steep angle, just wide right. And puck comes out to Fischler. Fischler over to Lai. Lai dumps it in. I don't know if that was offsides. Esmond with the face-off over to Putnam. Putnam dumps it in deep. Putnam goes in on the forecheck. Puck bounces off a Flyer's skate and held in. Lai goes in, takes out the D, and puck swings over. Messersmith with a good poke. And Esmond back in with the puck with Putnam. Esmond, shot. High right. And Flyers break out. They swing it over to the right wing. She's got some speed. She centers. That gets intercepted by Putnam. Putnam back up to Esmond. Esmond trying to get it out of the zone. She does. And Culver goes for a line change. Frazier. She dumps it in deep. Wilson. Frazier tries to jam it in on the near post. Held in by Lou. Lou back to Sadiakov. That gets poked off of her stick, and that gets centered out. Buzinski gathers the puck. She passes over to Adigo Zalzada. On the left side, goes for icing. Puck centered out front, dangerous, but Sadiakov picks it off. He chips that up and out before being met with a little resistance. Flyers, they regroup, they send it up the middle. That gets tipped by Sadiakov. Lou tries to send it out, hits the ref. That puck does get out now, and they call offsides against the Flyers. Bosser takes the draw. Bosser wins it back. Puck gets brought up to Kearney. Kearney tries to hit Bosser through the neutral zone. That goes past, but Philly recovers behind their net. Philly breaks out to the right. Now they swing it to the left. They come through neutral. They dump it in low. Williams sticks that aside on net. Lou gets it. Spots Kearney. Across the left side, she chips it over to Bosser. Bosser looks for some support. She brings it back to Buzinski. Over to Chandler. Dumped in, no ice. Flyers retrieve it while Culver goes for another line change. Flyers dump it in deep. Birch Gets the puck. Puck intercepted in the slot. And Flyers get a shot off. Goes wide, blocker side. Chandler digging for the puck. Three Eagles battling for the puck. That comes out to Wells Wilson. Esmond trying to pressure through the neutral zone. Flyers chip it back in. Furch, fans on the first attempt clearing. It comes back out. And Flyers hold it in on the right side. Still battling on the edges. And Flyers come out. They shoot. Williams, sharp glove, save. Good Williams has been on her game early. A lot of shots this first period for the Flyers. Face off to the right of Williams. That goes to the slot, loose in the slot. Now Flyers come up with it. They circle out of the corner. They work it up to the top. Putnam battling along the boards, trying to clear. Still jammed up with a lot of players. Flyers come out with it. They shoot from a sharp angle on the left dot. Sticked aside by Williams. Puck out, back up to the point. They send it in deep. Messersmith gets it up to Lai. Tries to get it out. That goes off of a skate. And Flyers keep it in. Flyers still with the puck. High shot, up and out. Putnam trying to clear. She gets taken out. Now Lai with the puck. Lai with the 1-2. She sends it in wide right. Pulver goes for a line change. Lai collects it. She sends it back over to Messersmith. Messersmith bounces off of a Flyers player. That is a save by Williams. .154 left in this first period. Flyers trying to get the face off, but Fusoni gets control, but Flyers poke it off of her stick. Flyers with it behind the net. They try and center, they miss, and that gets poked outside into the neutral zone. Flyers collect it. They send it through the middle. Over to the right side. They try and center across again. That gets deflected. Lou pressures behind the net. Flyers pick up the puck. They send it back behind the net. Lou in pursuit. She tries to chip that up to Fusoni. Flyers come out with it. They walk to the center, back to the deep. Shot from a long distance. Trying to go through a screen, but goes wide left. Fusoni with the puck. She crosses the blue line. She's got some traffic in the middle. Saved by the Flyers goalie. As Fusoni tries to send that in, hoping for a rebound. No rebound by the Flyers goalie. Bosser with the draw in the Flyers offensive zone. Flyers win that puck. Held in at the point by Seekins. Battle along the left offensive wall. Wilson, Bosser, and Kearney still battling along the left wall. Flyers come out with that. They break it out to the right wing. The right wing for the Flyers comes in. Sealed off well. Good support by Bosser. Chandler battling in the right corner. Bosser with working behind the net. Over. Seekins comes out with it. He winks around to the right wall. And Flyers take a slapper. Hits Chandler. Blocked by Chandler. Boston tries to clear. And that is the first period. So first period ends in a 0-0 tie. Looks like this is the ice cut, so we will go to intermission. I am going to stay here unless we do have, there is space at the end of the rink, which I may shift to in the third period, just to see how that view is, but we'll stay here for now unless people want me to switch. We will be back after the ice cut. 0-0, end of first period. All right, we are back. Yeah, thanks. Just because they're not here, so I expect to be pointed this way. All right, we are back. Start of the second period. Flyers get the puck through the left side. They dump it back in deep. Lou challenges, seals off the player on the boards. Bosser tries to get that out. That gets cleared out, but intercepted by the Flyers. Bosser picks up the puck through the neutral zone. That gets held in by the right Philly D. Kuzinski back over. He tries to clear, held in by the Flyers forward. That gets intercepted through the slot and cleared down. Puck taken face off to the right of Williams. Draw goes back to the Culver D. Esmond picks up the puck, looks to break out. She sends it through the neutral zone, intercepted. Putnam and Lai on the forecheck. Esmond gets a stick on. She gets possession. She enters the zone, tries to dangle through Philly with some good D. Furch shot off the Philly shoulder. Esmond with the puck. Shot off the pad. Furch again from the point. She looks to shoot. She shoots through legs. Almost tipped in the slot. Held in. And Flyers break it out. Good chances by Culver. Not done. Furch sends it over to Sadiakov. Sadiakov has the puck. She sends it back through. Finds Furch again. Furch dumps it deep. The Flyers recover, but Culver picks up the puck again. Putnam with the puck back to Sadiakov. Sadiakov tries to center, and Flyers clear. Flyers go in 1-on-2. Flyers look to change. Flyers dump it in deep. Furch has the puck. She chips it up to Adigo Zalzada. Adigo Zalzada trying to break out, and that gets chipped out by Frazier. Sadiakov, she dumps it in deep. Frazier in on the forecheck. Comes back around to the Flyers. Flyer forward comes in on Fissler. Fissler with a nice poke check out. That gets chipped out of the zone and is going to go for an icing. Nice defense by Fissler, 1-on-1. Uses that long poke check. Bosser with the draw. Flyers win that puck, deflected by Kearney. Messersmith, she barrels in across the blue line. Flyers try and break out. Bosser holds it in. Kearney centers it. Goes through the slot and now up and out of the zone. Flyers attack. Shot, glove by Williams. 0-0, second period, 8:28 left in the second. Oh, Culver goes on the PK. I didn't see who went into the box, but we are on the PK now. Flyers power play, they get up to left point, shot, pad save Williams. Flyers get the puck again, they swing it on to the right side, shot from a sharp angle on Williams, well positioned, glove save. Looks like we have Messersmith, Fischler on defense, and Lai and Bosser at forward. Actually, that's Kearney and Bosser. Flyers swing it to the left side. They rotate back around to the right. Long shot, blocked by Bosser. Flyers again. Had save Bosser. Flyers work it behind the net. Fumble it a little bit behind. They get it and shot. Slap shot save again. Williams. Bosser clears on the Flyers fan. Flyers, quick transition back into the zone. Flyers circle back to the top of the crease. Save Williams. They send that back in to the slot, tip to the corner. And puck comes up and out. Kearney bounces in on Williams. And Fischler has a little room through the neutral zone. Short-handed, she goes in deep. She sends in a backhander on the Flyer goalie who has to make the save. Lai pressuring and comes back to Lulu. Nice spin, gets it up to Lai. Lai dumps it in deep. Goes into pressure. Philly reverses. They come back out. They go for a stretch pass. That gets bounced off of loose skate in the neutral zone. And Flyers still look to enter. They come through the left side shot. Deflected by Esmond. Esmond sends that back out to Lai. That gets intercepted by Philly. Lai gets the puck. Lai with Esmond. Lai comes across the left side. She backhands it over to Esmond. Now the Flyers regain possession. They break it up the left side. They come in 2-on-3. Shot from a steep angle goes wide left. Flyers keep it in on the left boards. They swing it out to the right deep, and that goes over the right glove. Flyers go for the wraparound, still loose. And Buzinski gets it out of trouble. She skates through the left side. She's got some speed coming through. Even strength now. Buzinski gets taken out, but gets the puck back over to Adigo Zalzada. Adigo Zalzada and Fusoni battling behind the boards. Still battling. Now the puck kicks out to the left side. Held in by Culver D. Fusoni trying to center to Adigo Zalzada. And puck still cycling in the corner. Fusoni sends it up front. Shot. Oh, almost in. Flyers goalie just got a piece of that. Great scoring chance for Culver. Now Philly, they wing it around the boards. Birch sends it in. Tipped by Sadiakov. Sadiakov with another chance. She sends it wide left. Great chances by Culver. Still on the boards now. Flyers gain possession. They send it through the neutral zone. Shot sticked aside by Williams. And Culver clears. Flyers try and work that up the left boards. Still below us. Now they send it over to the right D. And Kearney pressures and Flyers forced to dump it in. Battle on the left side boards. Up and glove by the Flyers player. Now picked up by Furch. Furch sends it in on the right side. Wilson That gets taken by the Flyers, and they come up with speed on the left side. They send it across the middle over to the right wing. Right wing centers it. Good shot by the Flyers that goes wide. Messersmith brings it up to Lai. Lai with the shot. She sends it in on net with Messersmith crashing. Glove saved by the Flyers. So a little more even offensive chances in this period. Culver finding some more chances for sure. Still 0-0, 3:10 left in the second period. Flyers win the puck. They break out. They come out 2-on-1, but Messersmith back checking. And that shot gets blocked aside by Williams. Puck comes up and out. No ice. Flyer D back to retreat behind their net. They reverse it to the left. And they break out to their left wing. Swing it over to the right side. Lou with a little poke, and that forces the Flyers offside. Puck just outside the blue line in front of the Flyers bench. Lining up. Sadiakov. Flyers win the faceoff. They circle back. They swing it to the left forward, who hits a crossing center. Puck sent in harmlessly across the slot area, and Sadiakov tries to hit Adigo Zalzada, but goes for icing. Face off to the left of Williams, won by Culver. Flyers hold it in. They try and center from the corner. That gets deflected. Kuzinski takes the spill. Lou with an active stick. Flyers, they get the puck. They're trying to shoot. They try and center. It's still in the slot, and Culver is going to get a penalty for hooking. So Buzinski in the box for a hook. Culver goes to the PK. We're gonna send out Seekins, Chandler, Kearney, and Bossert. Face off. Puck sits around now. Flyers come out with it. They circle from the top. Shot high. Puck cleared. And Flyers back to retrieve it. Bossert in on the forecheck. Flyers lose the puck. Bossert gains possession. She looks for help. She sends it up to the point. Chandler with a shot on net. Pad save. Flyers regroup. Kearney in on the forecheck. Kearney disrupts the Flyer break out there, and then Seekins sends it in deep. Good PK so far. 1:14 left in the PK. Flyers send it in deep, but no icing, which is probably good for us as we clear and waste more time. Flyers send it in deep. No ice for some reason. Chandler with the puck. Comes back out. Flyers with the shot. Stick to side. Lai gets the rebound. She's trying to clear. And that gets held in on the blue line. Flyers with the shot. Rebound. Shot blocked. Culver comes out with it, and they clear. Flyers gather the puck. They send it across. They gain the zone. Dangle by, and that gets covered by Williams. Nine seconds left on the PK, and then Buzinski gets out of the box. Flyers have pulled their goalie with a few seconds left in this period. They get it to the point. Fan shot. And we clear. So second period in the books, and Culver playing a stronger period there. For sure. Had more offensive chances and found their game more in the second period. If just for anyone wondering, in terms of other games going on here, 10:30 will be the gold semifinals. If you want to watch some of the four top teams play, they're over in the red and the blue rink at 10:35. It is Team Illinois as the first seed against Etobicoke Dolphins, and the other game in the red rink is going to be Lovell Academy versus Chicago Mission. So U.S. teams with a strong showing in this tournament at the top as well as near the top. So we have Flyers and Culver here and as the third place games. Three seconds left on the PK to start this third period, 15-minute third period. Esmond on the draw. Flyers win the puck. They come out. Dangerous. Flyers trying to find it. They center. That gets blocked and bounced around. Esmond chips it up and out. She gains the neutral zone and sends it in deep. Flyers chip it around the boards. They come out. Lie on the back check. Fischler picks it up now. Fischler tries to get it over to Putnam, but that gets blocked. Now Putnam gets that out. Putnam pressures. And Flyers pick it up on the right side. Flyers send it into the middle. That gets blocked by Furch. Furch tips it. Tries to get that out. Buzinski sends it over to Wilson. Lou with the puck. She got some room. She's got time. Good shot. Glove save by the Flyers goalie. Bouncing around, and that gets cleared. We have Kearney with the puck trying to find help. Foster gets it. She sends it over to Wilson. Wilson has some room. Oh, Wilson just misses Kearney. That was a 2-on-1. Battle in the left side boards, left corner. And that comes up and out. Buzinski, partial fan. She recovers. Kearney Sends it over to Wilson. Wilson shields the puck. She tries to get a shot off, but that gets partially blocked. Sadiakov into pressure, and Flyers break out. Flyers come through across the left side. They shoot, and Williams, solid position right in the breadbasket. .50 left, third period, scoreless game. Face off to the right of Williams. Sadiakov wins the face-off. She spins behind the net, gets that poked away, but Chandler there to help out. Chandler sends it back to Seekins. Seekins looks up. She looks to find Adigo Zazada. That deflects off of somebody. And Adigo Zazada in hard on the forecheck on the left corner. Culver gains possession. Chandler swings over Seekins. Seekins shot just wide left. Sends it back over to the right D. Seekins dumps it in deep. And Flyers look to break out. Flyers, they send it up, and that is just off the Flyers for icing. Face off one back to Culver, sends it in, but intercepted by Flyers forward, who tries to hit a streaking player in the middle. And they're gonna call interference as she tried to split the D, and then sandwiched, and Furch is gonna go off for interference. Eagles back on the PK. Face off to the right of Williams, Esmond and Lai on the PK. Flyers center gets kicked out. And Messersmith with it behind the net. She tries to protect. Now Flyers get it, and that gets sent up and out though by Fischler. Esmond trying to pressure and get possession, but Flyers come out with it. Fly with the poke, Esmond also, and Flyers go off sides. Good active sticks to cause that offsides. Flyers get kicked out of the circle for slight delay, and Culver wins the faceoff and send it back in deep to the Flyer zone. Esmond with the pressure. Flyers send it long and should be icing. Yep. Refs initially missed the call and then realized it late. .125 left on this penalty. Bosser in to take the faceoff. Faceoff goes back to the Flyers D. They send that up. That gets bottled up by Kearney. Flyers pick it up again through the neutral zone. They send it in deep again. Fischler sends it around the boards, cut off by the Flyers. Flyers, they get it at the top of the circles. They send it into the slot. Flyers work it around to the right D. They circle, back to the right side. Shot to the slot, good passing play, and the net is off. Dangerous chance to the high slot by the Flyers, but they didn't get much on that shot. Face off to the right of Williams again. Flyers dig out the puck. They send it to the right D. Shot. Score. Tough shot from the Flyers' right D, who sends it over the shoulder on the high blocker side of Williams. Flyers take a 1-0 lead. Power play goal. 10:41 left. So the Eagles got to regroup and get one in here. Buzinski over to Lou, and that gets dumped in deep. Ade goes Alzada in on the forecheck. Flyers send it around the boards. They look to break out and they stretch. Nice body by Buzinski to get possession. That comes cleared out of the zone. Now the Flyers with speed around the left side. They send it in, saved by Williams. Flyers again. That gets intercepted by Lou. Lou sends it back to Buzinski, back to Lou. Lou circles around the right side, looking to break out. Sends it out of the zone. Flyers, they stay on sides. Gain entry. They go in behind the net. Lou battling in the corner. Still stuck in the skates. Refs don't want to blow the whistle. They're just yelling at them to move it. Lou comes out with the puck behind the net. He sends it up to Frazier. And the Flyers recover. They come through the slot. Dangerous area. Fanned on the shot in the slot. And that comes up and out. And the Flyers dump it in for an icing. Eagles looking for the equalizer. Esmond line putting them up front with Chandler and Seekins. Flyers look to break out. Held in by Seekins, but still squirts out past the line. Puck comes around in the corner. Still on the wall. That comes out to Esmond. Esmond looks to clear. That stays in. Chandler with the puck. Now Putnam off the ref. Still hits the ref twice. Good job, Birdie. And this is jammed up against the wall. Birdie sends it over to Chandler, who dumps it in deep. Flyers with a little break, but they misfire on their pass. No icing as that bounced and deflected off a Flyer. Flyers nearly get caught for too many men, but don't touch the puck. Bossert stick handles across the blue line. She looks to reverse. Over to Furch. Back to Furch again, and they go D to D a couple different times, and that goes off the wall. That's not going to be enough for icing. Wilson and Bossert in on the forecheck. That comes out to the middle. Neutral zone Fischler backhands it off the boards. That ricochets over to a Flyer player who comes in. She tries to dangle by, but good support by Bossert. Bossert over to Wilson. Wilson bounces it to herself. She has a little bit of room. She tries to send it in deep. That puck almost held in by Fischler. Furch gains possession. She looks for some help, but that gets intercepted by a Flyers player. Misfire by a Flyer, and now Culver comes back out with it. Fischler, some speed through the neutral zone. She shoots, deflected over the net, and Sadiakov tries to hold that in, but the Flyers recover and they break out, come in through the slot area, dangle. Good D. Buzinski comes across to Adigo Zalzada. Adigo Zalzada with the puck. She comes in through the slot area. Across the right dot. Shot. Oh, just fanned. Adigo Zalzada again. And this time she gets a nice hard shot. But the Flyers goalie makes the save. .6:27 left in the third period. Eagles down 1-0. Shot from the point. Flyers goalie makes a pad save. Flyers breaking up the right side. They send it in deep. That's going to go for icing. Eagles win the puck, but that one comes out of the zone. Lou back to regroup. She sends it over to Buzinski. Buzinski looks to break, but cut off in the neutral zone. Flyers pick up the puck. Flyers player comes in, gets a shot on. Williams, glove save. Oh, rebound goal. That puck just trickled off of the glove and down, and there was a Flyers player crashed in the net who puts a stick on it, and that one goes in. Flyers now up 2-0 with 5:52 left. Battle at mid-ice. Esmond comes out with it. She comes in one-on-one. She gets pressured to push to the outside. Nice centering pass goes through the slot. Misses several sticks. And the Flyers go off sides. Nice tricky backhand centering pass by Esmond from behind the net. Just couldn't find any sticks. Face-off outside the blue line. Flyers win that face-off. Flyers. They center to the slot. Flyers send in a puck and early whistle by the ref. Puck was loose. Face-off to the left of Williams. Flyers with the puck on the boards. They send it down deep. Chandler in to retrieve. Chandler over to Kearney. Flyers try and center. That comes through the slot area again. Flyers with the puck. They shoot wide left. Battle on the far boards there in the corner. Esmond tries to clear. Flyers hold it in. That gets deflected off of a Culver shin guard right onto Williams, but she makes the save. That comes back through. Eagles with the puck. Chandler tries to get that in deep, and the Flyers come out with it. Chandler gains possession. She banks it off the boards, and that goes up and into the netting, or actually into a Flyer glove. .427 left in the third. The 2-goal deficit for the Eagles. Bossert gets the puck. She sends it in deep. Wilson in on the forecheck, and the Flyers break out. Flyers get the puck on the right corner. Over. They gain possession. Wilson over to Putnam. Putnam goes in deep behind the net. She centers it. That deflects off into the slot, right back to Putnam. Putnam. She tries to center again. Puck still in. Flyers sending them on the right boards. Held in by Culver. That circles back around, but Culver goes for a line change, so Flyers are going to get this one out. Strong breakout pass over to the right side. That gets picked off. And Flyers again. They enter across the right side. Pounded into the right corner, sent in across the slot, deflects off of the skate. Fusoni and Sadiakov on the forecheck. Flyers break out again to the right side. Nice move by the Flyers player. Gets around, but good solid save by Williams. Kuzinski gets the puck. She sends it up the right side to Fusoni. Sadiakov. Nice stick handle around. She finds Fusoni, but just misses and no icing. Adi goes Alzada in on the forecheck. Esmond in, tries to gain possession. Flyers, they pick it up, 2-on-1, they're offside. 2:17 left in the third period. Faceoff's coming just outside the Culver blue line. Flyers win the faceoff. They try and drive it in deep, but Esmond with the puck has someone driving the net up front. Shot, pad save, goes back into the corner. Kuzinski comes back to the top here. Fischler hits a skate. She gets possession again. She backhands it over to Buzinski, who sends it in. Rebound. Back up top. Oh, that's Lou. Lou trying to find some room through the neutral zone. She finds Messersmith. Puck wings around the boards. Lou holds it in. The Flyers are going to clear empty net and score. So Eagles had to pull their goalie down 2 a little earlier. So empty net goal makes that 3-0. Williams goes back in the crease. Sadiakov wins the faceoff back to Birch. Birch sends it up the left boards. That comes around to the Flyers. Flyers try and stretch, and Sadiakov with the puck. Sadiakov gains the zone, sends in a shot, and the Flyers goalie sharp again with the glove save. So Sadiakov wins the faceoff. Kearney tries to get possession. That gets sent back in deep by Fischler. Puck still behind the net. Sadiakov gains possession. She spins, trying to cycle. Now Kearney, now back to Fischler. Fischler with a shot in, blocked in the slot. Puck loose in the slot. Birch tries to hold that one in, and the Flyers poke it out. Flyers come in. Shot, save. Williams. So Flyers broke in 3-on-1, and Williams with a solid positional save. 13 seconds left. So the Eagles are going to finish this tournament with a 3-1-1 record. Good showing by the Eagles. Last 13 seconds here. Flyers win the faceoff. That gets blocked aside up into the netting. Esmond wins the faceoff. Furch gets pinned into the corner. This is going to tick off the last few seconds here. And that'll be it for Stony Creek 2025. Good run here by the Eagles. Ran into a tough Flyers team, which is always well coached and always at the top of the rankings. So good showing. Excited for this group of girls. Next up will be the Maroon-White game on Parents Weekend, and then they'll be in St. Louis for a series before heading to Minnesota. Thanks for watching.